Hello everyone, welcome to Conversations with Sakina. Today, this week, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Normally we would do wise words to ponder. This week we're going to do something called Into the Unknown. And I'm going to be using the Ghost Tarot cards that I just recently did a walkthrough on. So what this is, I'm going to read a time travel story to you. One that somebody out there who shared it believes is true. This story came into me when I had a website called Night Watchman Chronicles from 2004 to 2017, and time travel was one of the story categories that were offered. So this story that the person shared is called, or what they called it was Past Life or Something in the Water. And it's by H. I'm not giving any names. Now, after I read you the story, I'm going to share the cards that Sakina gave to me when I shuffled and she sent out the jumpers, just like she does with Wise Words to Ponder. So let's see what the story is. This took place in 1981. We were living on a small island called Queen Charlotte Islands, and this took place in the small town of Tellel, spelled T-L-E-L-L, so I may not be pronouncing that right. I was walking back to my aunt's house with a friend of mine. We were not really in a hurry, so we took the scenic route. We went through the graveyard that was just down the road from my aunt's. We got further distracted by the really old graves. Some of them were over 100 years old. We found a really old one. I can't remember the date exactly, but we were willing to lay odds on the fact that it was the oldest one there. It was hard to read, and I wanted a closer look, so I knelt on the grave and began brushing off debris. I have no idea what happened next or how it happened, but here is what I remember. I was concentrating on wiping the stone off, and I know I blinked and possibly rubbed my eyes. When I opened them, I was not where I was supposed to be. Not kidding. I was looking up from a much lower vantage point at a little boy and a man holding a baby standing in front of me. The little boy had a flower in his hand, and I watched as he looked up at his father in a questioning manner. The father nodded. The boy looked down and dropped the flower on the grave. The man and the children were all dressed in 18th century clothing. The baby looked very young, perhaps only days old. I swear it seemed like the boy made brief eye contact with me. I know his eyes widened in surprise. I also remember the whole area looking different, cleaner, and with no cars going by. It was really strange. I rubbed my eyes again and I was back. My friend was looking at me really strangely. I do remember she asked me what was wrong. I told her nothing, and the subject was dropped for the moment. I did end up telling her what had happened, and that is what ended our friendship. She went to school and repeated everything I'd told her, causing me to be the butt of some pretty cruel jokes afterwards. It was a mean, rotten thing to do, and I regretted telling her. This experience cost me a friend and the loss of some self-esteem. I believe what I experienced may have been a past life. So the cards that Sakina has put here are going to tell us what her opinion of this story is, or why she feels it took place. At least that was the intention upon pulling the cards. So let's see what she gave us here. So we have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles. And we have the 8 of Swords. So what Sakina is saying here is it's obvious that this experience this person had caused conflict and a loss in this person's life. And interestingly enough, this person witnessed three people, the man, the boy, and the baby, acknowledging probably the loss of the wife and the mother. Obviously, this is a significant point in why this person saw what they saw. With the King of Pentacles, it is possible, Sakina says, that this event took place for this person to teach them to stand in their own power. Perhaps with this particular friend, they were giving more than receiving, not doing things according to their own moral values, kind of going along to get along, so to speak. So in a way, this loss was something to help this person understand their own power. And with the Eight of Swords, I feel like Sakina is saying that the opportunity, what this person saw, and what they experienced after sharing it with the friend, it gave them the opportunity to see the friend in their true light, which they might have been blind to before this experience. And also, I think Sakina is saying that for just a moment, for some reason, the veil was cut away for this person, showing them something that obviously they wouldn't ordinarily have seen. Kind of a blessing in disguise, in a way, because of what they learned in the process of seeing it, but a blessing in disguise. And it's very possible, I don't know this for a fact because I never actually spoke to this person after they shared the story, but it is possible that this experience started them on a whole new path later on. Was kind of the catalyst to an interest, perhaps, that was developed later on in life, but it has to start somewhere. So maybe now that years have passed, this particular lesson, I guess you could call it, maybe led them into an interest in the unknown. Take care.